What is up, everybody? We are live here on Jets Media, presented by Prize Picks. Training camp is finally here. Finally! Man, it feels good. Welcome on into the show. First training camp practice underway for our New York Jets as we speak at One Jets Drive. This is the time of year where the hype begins, baby, for a new season, new era, brand new quarterback, a lot of brand new players, a new rookie class, a lot of new vets, new coordinators, same head coach, same general manager, entering year number 2 together in Darren Muji and Aaron Glenn, of course. But in this live stream here on Jets Media, presented by Prize Picks, I want to go through all of the topics and react live to what's going on at One Jets Drive. So do not forget to hit that like button on your way into the show, folks. Cannot thank you guys enough for being consistent, loyal followers of the channel. It does mean a lot. It's been a long offseason, man. One of the longest off seasons for the Jets in a while, because it feels like usually there's a lot of hype or there's stuff going on and it kind of gets us through the offseason, but not the case this time around. I feel like this time around it's pretty quiet and people are kind of just waiting around for the Jets to do something, right? And I think now at the end of the day, we can all finally come together in a quiet offseason. And I honestly believe, and I've been saying this, by the way, the best thing possible for the Jets is a quiet offseason. And I think now that the quiet offseason is behind us, training camp is here. I'll be at practice on Saturday, which I'm excited about. So let's just get straight into it and talk about all things New York Jets. Don't forget to hit that like button on your way into the show so we can get things started, baby. I'm excited. I think that there's a lot of reasons to be excited. I see a lot of Jets fans tuning into the live stream and the chat. Shout out to you guys. Let's get into the chat real quick. Let's talk to you guys in the chat real quick. Let's do it. Hold on one sec. Let's get this going. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So, seems like you guys in the chat are pretty excited for training camp as well. Let's see what you guys got to say. I feel like training camp is the time where everybody is like excited. There's no reason to be not excited. There really isn't. We got Brian in the chat, football guy, MJ. Let's go. Paul is in the chat. Bringing up the Knicks. Yeah, the Knicks are champions. Knicks won the championship. That's going to have to last you the rest of your life. It will. It will last the rest of my life. And I honestly think it's going to help this Jets season. I really do. Just from a standpoint of me as a fan, by the way. Nothing else, nothing more. Good morning. Let's go, Jets Nation. New season, new beginnings. Lascelles in the chat. What up? Folks, Jets Media Day 2026 tickets are available. We have a brand new promo that I want to show you guys. If you're looking to get your tickets, tickets are available. Link in the description, also in the chat. And if you don't know what to expect with Jets Media Day, I got you covered with this brand new video. Take a watch. Join us week 5 as the New York Jets host the... Let's replay that. It's the biggest Jets Media Day event we've ever done, and you do not want to miss it. Join us week 5 as the New York Jets host the Cleveland Browns at MetLife Stadium for our 5th annual event. And this year, we're taking things to another level. Your ticket includes an elite field level seat in section 131, the best seats we've ever had in Jets Media Day history. Your ticket also comes with an all-inclusive tailgate party with the game day flight crew, featuring food, drinks, a live DJ, and a great party atmosphere that will get you ready for kickoff. I'll also be live hosting the Jets Media pregame show, so you'll have a front row experience watching the podcast, meeting fellow fans, and being part of the show. And then when the game is over, we will get an exclusive post-game access to the MetLife Stadium's field, an unforgettable opportunity to walk the same field as your New York Jets. Whether you've been to every single Jets Media Day or this is going to be your first one, this is the biggest event we've ever put together. Tickets are limited, but they are available now, so don't wait. Join us for the 5th annual Jets Media Day event, and let's create another unforgettable day together. Any questions, email me at jetsmediaevents@gmail.com. See you all October 11th. And as always, JETS, 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 Jets. Yeah, baby. It's going to be fun. Get your tickets now. Link in the description, link in the chat. If you have a question about the tickets or anything to do with the event, email me at jetsmediaevents@gmail.com. Let me know if that trailer pumped you up or what, because I'm fired up. We got a super chat from my main man, NY Jets Indy. I'm on GBI. Okay. Green Bean Island. We're going 10-7, making the playoffs, starting 3-2. I got my week 1 tickets to Tennessee. Let's go. I bought in this season. And then a nice JETS. Shout out to my main man, NY Jets Indy. Everybody give him some dono hype in the chat. He's optimistic with the 10-7 record. I love it. Everybody spam W in the chat for my man. Let's freaking go. All right. You know what is first and foremost on my priority list today, folks? To update the memberships, because we have old Jets in my membership. I got a lot of old Jets that needs to be updated, but the current Jets we have on there is basically 2 of them, actually. Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall. We have Daramuji. We have Aaron Glenn in the emojis, but we need to update it, all right? So we got to update that. But let's get into some things around practice. Here is Zach Rosenblatt of The Athletic recording a video of Cade Klubnik. Seems like he's a full participant. He's ready to go, getting ready for practice. You got Geno Smith walking away. Let's go, Geno. Come on now. We heard from the
This is the biggest Jets.
Excuse me.
This is the big.
Sorry about that. We heard from the New York Jets quarterback. We heard from a lot of players. And I do want to play some clips from the interviews yesterday. I do want to do that as well. Aaron Glenn walks the stretch line, dapping up each player. Practice number 1 underway. Let's go. Come on, Coach Glenn. Fire me up, man. Can you coach up a freaking season that we're proud of for once? For goodness sake. For goodness sake. Here's Cade Klubnik, who missed time in OTAs with a back injury, is back. So is Kenyon Sadiq with the hernia surgery. So the rookies who are out at OTAs are back in action, baby. Yeah. Fire me up. More content. Feed me it. Look at that. Geno Smith. Play action. Fires. Got him. Josh Myers. Touchdown. Let's just relax here. It's a joke. Geno Smith, bro. What are we expecting from this man this year? What are the people expecting from Geno Smith this year? I got to be honest, bro. I am way more optimistic about, and I feel like every Jets fan should agree with me on this. And it's not really saying much. Every single Jets fan should be way more optimistic about the state of the offense with Geno Smith at quarterback compared to last season with Justin Fields. And I know that's not saying much because the bar is very low, but man, I don't know. There's something about Geno Smith's confidence and his presence and his approach to this season that I like. I'm not expecting him to ball out and be an MVP or anything like that, but man, does it mean that the Jets fans are desperate. The Jets fans are desperate for a good quarterback play. And I think that we're going to get some solid quarterback play. Not greatness. You never know, actually. I don't want to put a cap on it. What if we do see greatness from Mr. Geno? What if we do see greatness? Oh, baby, look who it is. My boy, Garrett Wilson, at practice. He looks swagged up, ready to go. Big season for Garrett Wilson coming up. His best season in years. I guarantee you that. That's something that I'm going to take to the bank. I'm going to take to the bank. Okay? Here is Demario Davis, Jets' new linebacker, talking about Aaron Glenn. Okay, so take a listen to what he has to say.
90 men in that locker room who will run through a wall for him. He has a keen vision
what's expected and what the standard is. He's laid that out, and just looking forward to putting the work in to follow his lead. 90 men in that.
90 men in the locker room that will run through a wall for him. Demario Davis is ready to go. Okay, I love it. Here is Breece Hall talking about proven people who he is.
I also feel like my deal is partially to, like, for me, it makes me more hungry to keep proving that I am who I say I am. And, I feel like it's making me want to do more than what I've done in the past, obviously.
Prove to the people who I know I say I am. Breece has been saying a lot these last few years, and I'm excited to see him go out there with a fresh contract extension. Now, Jonathan Taylor was utilized perfectly under Frank Reich with Indianapolis. How is Frank Reich going to implement Breece?
He was just telling me, like, the way Frank calls plays and the way his very easy to play behind Frank. Frank's a very chill and cool dude, but he definitely wants you to, execute and do what he's telling you to do. But yeah, he just essentially said he's very easy to play for. He makes you play harder for him because of how good of a person he is, how good of a coach he is, how he's a player's coach, and how he rides for his guys. So that's essentially what it was.
I mean, if we can unlock a Jonathan Taylor type of potential within Breece Hall, which I genuinely believe is there, not exactly toe for toe, but there is a version of Breece that we have not seen be unleashed yet. And I think a lot of that has to do with the players around him, the scheme. A lot of things need to go well around you in order to be successful. So I'm excited to see what Breece Hall looks like. Folks, if you're just tuning into the show, do me a favor, smash the thumbs up button. That's day one of Jets training camp as we are live breaking it down, the latest news, the latest storylines, what you need to know here on the channel, baby. Let's go. I think there's a lot of fun things for us to react to talk about here on the channel. Let's go. Let's freaking go, man. I think that at the end of the day, Jets fans have a really good idea of what's to come. And I don't know. I feel like Jets Nation is coming together and feeling like it. All right. So I want to get into some camp battles for you guys because I think that as training camp is about to begin, I do think that there's a lot of camp battles that we need to talk about, as there's a lot. There's a lot of different ones to really highlight, in my opinion. So what camp battles are you guys most excited about? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Shout out to Braxton saying that hat is clean, Richie. I appreciate that. This was 2 years ago's draft hat I am wearing. Appreciate you, man. JT's in the house. What up, bro? K Brock's in the house. Can't wait to see those white helmets in action. Me too. Scott says Geno Smith's getting 3,700 yards, 26 touchdowns, 12 picks. Let's go. Training camp is underway right now as we speak. They are at practice. They're warming up. They're good to go. All right? They are good to go. And as you can see here is Zach Rosenblatt. First Geno Smith pass of 11 on 11 goes to Isaiah Davis, baby. Let's go. Cade Klubnik's first completion goes to tight end Chase Curtis, the undrafted free agent. Kenyon Sadiqi's had a nice block on Will McDonald. He looks completely healthy. Great stuff. First day of training camp, but they do not have pads on yet, as they're going to ease it in. As we've seen in years past, Aaron Glenn does like to slowly implement all that stuff. So, fun stuff. We're going to keep our eyes on everything. So, make sure you guys stay tuned. Make sure you guys stay tuned. We got over 100 people watching right now. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button on your way into the show. We appreciate you, bro. I think that there's a lot of expectations from Jets fans that are pretty justified. I like it. I like it. So, if you are a Jets fan, I want you guys to be interactive with me on this topic because at the end of the day, this is going to be big. These camp battles are going to make or break the New York Jets season. Training camp is officially here, baby. And that's absolutely massive. I'm really excited to talk about this topic because you look at the New York Jets, right? And you look at Cade Klubnik. Could he be the backup quarterback behind Geno Smith? I'm predicting so, but he is going to be competing with guys like Bailey Zappi and Brady Cook. Other players that are going to be competing is the cornerback position. Nashawn Wright, the new free agent the New York Jets brought in, who's coming off a Pro Bowl season from Chicago. 5 interceptions, will be competing with the year 2 corner Azareye'h Thomas. D'Angelo Pons, the New York Jets rookie, second-round pick, will be competing with the player the Jets traded for during the season last year in Jarvis Brownlee Jr. Even you can argue at the safety position alongside Minkah Fitzpatrick. Who's going to be the starting safety next to Fitzpatrick? Will it be the veteran Andre Sisco the New York Jets brought in, or brought back rather? Will it be Malachi Moore? Dane Belton, the new free agent safety? There's a lot of other positions that I think we have to keep a close eye on as training camp is here. Welcome on into Jets Media, presented by Prize Picks. I'm definitely curious to go through all the standout camp battles to keep a close eye on. Not just camp battles to see who's going to be the starter, who's going to be the backup, but who's going to make the 53-man roster, who is going to be coming in on the practice squad for the New York Jets, who is going to be flashing in preseason, some under-the-radar guys that maybe we're not really looking at yet. And all of a sudden, we're a few weeks into training camp, we're like, whoa, that guy looks like a stud. That guy could be a player, make the team. Happens every year. So I want to run through the list right here on Jets Media. So do me a favor, folks. If you're watching, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, comment down below your thoughts first and foremost. Now, the first player that I want to highlight is, of course, Mr. Cade Klubnik. Cade Klubnik is out there and he's healthy. That's step one. Because remember, at OTAs, he was dealing with some back tightness. He was a little injured. He got shut down. And I think that Cade Klubnik going into this season with the New York Jets is going to be, training camp first and then preseason. There's no reason why he's not the backup quarterback. And I think a lot of people are evaluating Cade Klubnik as a potential long-term option for the Jets. Worst case scenario, Cade Klubnik is the long-term backup option for the Jets. Best case scenario, he can be a starter. And I'm not really expecting him to be a starter long-term. I think that he needs to prove that before I'm going to start pushing that propaganda. That's why I'm excited to see him with my own eyes at training camp. I'm excited to see him in the preseason because I want to see what he looks like. What's his poise? What's his confidence? Does he understand the playbook? Is he getting the ball out fast, on time? Is he learning from mistakes? Is he making the same mistakes over and over again? We've been down this road of studying these young quarterbacks. So we know what it's like. We know as Jets fans, we know what it's like. And I think the quarterback battle is going to be the most intriguing thing. And the refreshing element of the quarterback battle is we're not really worried about who's starting. We know who our starter is. It's Geno Smith. It's not an open competition for that. It's really the backups. And as you see on your screen, you have the 3 backups behind Geno in Cade Klubnik, Bailey Zappi, Brady Cook. My expectation is that Brady Cook will be waived, and then Bailey Zappi will get waived, and he's going to be signed to the practice squad along with Brady Cook potentially. I don't know. Maybe things change. Maybe Bailey Zappi is like balling. He just locked in, making plays all over the place. You never know. But that's my expectation. I'm really intrigued. I'm really excited about Cade Klubnik. I happen to be one of the Cade Klubnik fans, and I said that pre-draft. I said that before the Jets even drafted him. I feel like some people are like, oh, well, of course, Richie, because the Jets drafted him. Of course you're going to love him. No. I'm on record to make a video to say Cade Klubnik should be a consideration for the Jets in the draft in day 3. When I was at the Combine, I was very impressed with the young man. I felt like his interview process was great. I felt like he was throwing the ball over the place. I felt like he boosted his draft stock. And I made a video of the top quarterbacks the Jets should consider in the draft. He was on the list. And then the Jets end up trading up for him 19 or so spots. So that goes to show you how high the Jets have Cade Klubnik on their list. So definitely do not sleep on Cade Klubnik. And of course, he's a rookie. Cannot expect this young man to go out there and ball out. He is going to make mistakes. He's going to have some growing pains. And I hope Jets fans understand that. And they allow the young man to grow through the mistakes. Because that's what happened with Sam Darnold. Right? Jets fans didn't really and it's not like it's us fans. The organization didn't let him grow through the mistakes, but Sam went through a developmental process with the Jets, and they decided to ship him off. Instead of allowing him to learn from the mistakes, allowing him to get through the mistakes, the Jets decided to ship him off. And then what happened? He goes, wins a Super Bowl. That's what happens when you're impatient. I'm not saying Cade Klubnik is Sam Darnold, but just saying. I'm just saying. So please keep that in mind. Of course, other players that we're going to be highlighting is Nashawn Wright, the cornerback position, Azareye'h Thomas, and those guys. I think they have a lot of interesting elements to their game that I'm really, really excited about. So let's get into them. All right. Before we go any further, though, got to let you know about the proud sponsor of Jets Media, folks. That is Prize Picks. New users play with $5, get $150 if you win by using the code HMA. Please play responsibly, folks. Using the code HMA gets you all that fun stuff on America's #1 sports picks app. I have so many tickets live that I'm ready for the season. I can't wait for the season to begin so we can start building some nice picks. But as you can see here, we got one for the Jets and Sam Darnold. This is one of my favorites that I was able to get. The lines are still the same, even though I made this a few weeks ago. Garrett Wilson, more than 999.5 receiving yards. Yes, sir. Breece Hall, more than 924.5 rushing yards. Geno Smith, more than 25.99. The reason why I'm betting more on all of these is I just feel like they're really low numbers. Like, they don't got Garrett at 1,300 or Breece at 1,200 or Geno even at 3,000. Newsflash, Breece Hall hit the more on his last year. Garrett Wilson would have if he was healthy. And Geno has hit the more on that number 4 straight seasons. So the numbers are just in favor. And then Sam, he's going to ball out again. Come on now. So if you want to make your own, go to Prize Picks, click the link in the chat, make your own picks, and follow me at Richie Melora if you would like to follow along on the journey. Now, getting back into some training camp battles, the cornerback position with Azareye'h Thomas, Nashawn Wright is interesting. I think Brandon Stevens is definitely going to be a guy that's going to make the team. I'm sorry, not make the team. Of course, Brandon Stevens is one of the highest paid players on the freaking team. He's going to make it. But I'm saying Brandon Stevens is going to be a starter alongside, and then D'Angelo Pons and Jarvis Brownlee will be competing. And then the secondary is a very intriguing element to this team with Aaron Glenn now calling the plays, former cornerback for the New York Jets. What is the cornerback room going to look like? And then the safety room with Andre Sisco, Malachi Moore, Dane Belton competing for that spot alongside Minka. Maybe the Jets get creative and they line up Minka in certain packages and they still got Dane Belton on the field. I think the Jets got enough players now that they could be very creative in dime packages. Don't sleep on VJ Payne as well, the Jets rookie they got in the 7th round. His size, his length is something I'm very impressed with. I think he can be a guy that you can match up one-on-one with a tight end just because of the size advantage. And I think the Jets are going to really do their thing this season from a matchup standpoint on defense. So the secondary is definitely one of the biggest positions to watch from a training camp battle perspective. The linebackers, not so much. Demario Davis is a starter. Jamie Sherwood's right next to him. Francisco Mauigoa is going to be the 3rd linebacker. Walker will be that special teams guy not Mekhi Walker. McCrary Ball. McCrary Ball will be that 4th linebacker and a special teams captain potentially. Defensive line is pretty much stacked. Now, Tavondre Sweat is injured, as well as Joseph Asai going into training camp. Something to watch. But outside of those guys, they got a lot of players competing for those 9 or 10 defensive lineman position. And then on the offensive side of the ball, wide receiver room, my expectations is Garrett Wilson, Tim Patrick, and in no particular order, by the way, Adonai Mitchell, Omar Cooper Jr., Arian Smith. Like, there's a lot of guys that's going to be competing for spots in the rotation, getting numbers. Isaiah Williams is another guy, the tight end position, the offensive line, the running backs. There's a lot of players to be excited about, a lot of position groups to keep an eye on. So let me know your thoughts about all the players in this year's training camp for the Jets. Which guys are you going to keep a close eye on? Let me know in the comments your thoughts. And don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and let's freaking go Jets. The training camp is finally here, and the battles start now. So let's get into what's happening at One Jets Drive currently as we speak. Before we do that, want to talk to you guys in the chat real quick. Let's go. Do we know how long Sweat and Osai are out for? We don't. I know that Tavondre Sweat has a hamstring, and Joseph Osai has, I don't know, he just failed a physical. So I don't even know what that means. He just failed a physical. We are so back. R-I-C-H, Rich. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate that. Sir Brooks with the super chat. Very kind of you, my man. Very, very kind of you. Everybody give him a super chat. Aaron is in the chat right now with a super chat of his own, a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, my friend. He says, morning, Rich, 6:30 in LA. Locked in, brother. Let's go, Jets. Somebody is going to get let go from the CB and wide receiver positions. So many guys, can't wait. I agree. Aaron, thank you so much for the super chat. I do agree with what you said there. I think that there's going to be some guys that we love that's going to be let go. That's what happens when you have a deep roster. That's what happens when you have a deep roster. So thank you for that super chat, Aaron. I do appreciate you. Lascelles, member for 28 months. How's life, my guy? Hope your life is going well. Life is very well, actually. Very happy. The Jets are back, which makes me happy. My Knicks are NBA champions. Life outside of work has been great. We're really excited. A lot of exciting things happening at Roundtable Sports. I don't know if you saw the news, but we're really excited about what's going on at Roundtable Sports this year. So, yeah, a lot of fun things. A lot of fun things. All right? So let's get into what's going on at One Jets Drive right now. Geno Smith just threw it up to A.D. Mitchell in 7-on-7, hung it up in the air a little too long, and Brandon Stevens was there to break it up. Brandon Stevens making some plays. Cade Klubnik time. Cade Klubnik just threw a perfect, fast, deep ball through traffic to Arian Smith, who dropped it. How can you ruin a Cade Klubnik highlight like that, Arian Smith? Bailey Zappi nearly threw a pick just now, but heady play from Kenyon Sadiq to break it up so the linebacker could not haul it in. Shout out to Zach Rosenblatt. Make sure you guys follow him. Great follow for Jets training camp updates. Let's keep the ball rolling, though. I mean, there's a lot of fun stuff going on, man. The Jets and the Jets quarterbacks and running backs coming together, having some fun. Richie, is there a real competition for kicker? Yeah, actually, I forgot about that one. I always forget. Jason Sanders, Cade York are competing for that, but I don't know. We'll see. What are you guys' thoughts of the Jets running back room and the quarterback room, huh? Do we like it? Let's go. Let's go. I'm so big on A.D. Mitchell this year. If there was one guy that I think is going to break out more than anybody else, it's Mr. A.D. Mitchell. Let's go. Man, I will be at practice on Saturday. Who else will be there? Anybody? Best skill position group in how long? So many youthful targets. Yeah, the youthful element is exciting. The amount of young guys that are going to be involved in this offense is pretty remarkable. Not going to lie. Usually it's a balance of vets and stuff, but it's all youth. Like the veterans on the offensive playmaking squad, it's actually Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson. Think about that. And Tim Patrick. But that's it. Breece Hall is the vet of the running back room. Garrett Wilson is the vet of the wide receiver room. And there's nobody else besides Tim Patrick. That's how young we are. Wesley, member for 8 months, frothing at the mouth for football to be back. Yeah, baby. You know it. It feels good, doesn't it? It feels freaking good. It feels fantastic, actually. When is the AFC East Roundtable today? Great question, Ness. I'm going to make sure we are doing an AFC East Roundtable today by texting our guys now. Make sure that we are doing it because we got to bring that back, baby. All right. In honor of training camp being back, I want to gift 5 memberships to the chat. Congratulations. To Sir Brooks, Aaron, Eric, Krypton Mike. Let's go. Patriots got a freaking super chat or a membership. How about that? Congratulations to you guys. If you want to gift members to the chat, feel free by gifting it or becoming a member. I'm going to add new emojis soon. But shout out to the chat. We want to give back as it is a celebratory day of training camp officially being back, and it feels so good. David Bailey sighting. David Bailey with a pressure on Geno Smith to force an incompletion in 11 on 11. Let's go. That's good to see. Great to see. There's a lot of hype, or I don't know about hype is the right word, but a lot of people going to keep a very, very close eye on David Bailey. So that's good to see. Here's Geno Smith throwing that ball up to Mr. Garrett Wilson as they got ready for practice this morning. Oh, it feels good to see Garrett Wilson out there, man. Please stay healthy this season. We need you healthy out there, Garrett, more than anything else. More than anything else, bro. Come on, man. He will. It was a fluke. Let's go. How does this make you feel? This video right here. Aaron Glenn going around, dapping up his team, getting ready to go for the first practice of training camp. How does this make you feel, Jets fans? Seeing our coach out there with a smile on his face, getting his guys ready to go, getting everybody all on the same page. It gets me fired up. I'm not going to lie. Could the Jets be the team to shock the NFL world this year? I know that we say that every single season. I get that, but why not? Why not us? Folks, do me a favor. Smash that thumbs up button. We got 57 like buttons. We got to get more than that. Let's do more. Let's do more. Hit that like button right now. Let's bring it on in. Hit that like button on your way into the show. Let's get this to 100 plus likes, baby. Let's go. Wow, man. It feels good that we're back. It really, really does. Cade Klubnik out there. Chad Pennington 2.0. Chad Pennington walked, so Cade Klubnik could fly, baby. Let's go. Come on, Cade. What you got for us? What you got for us, bro? What you got? All right. I think the first practice is going to be a little bit of a lighter practice, but of course, we will be talking about everything that happens at practice. We'll be hearing from Aaron Glenn as well soon when the practice does get completed. Cade Klubnik had a pass slightly tipped, forced Kenyon Sadiq to try to catch it on the ground. It bounced back up, and Mikal Walker intercepted it. So it was tipped slightly, forced Kenyon Sadiq to try to catch it on the ground, bounced back up. Hey, there's two ways to look at the interceptions that happen at practice this year, bro. The Jets need to get interceptions, and it starts in practice. So, I don't know. I think that also I'm curious, like, is Cade with the backups? Is he with the second string or the third string right now? I don't even know. The first preseason game for the Jets is still not until, what, like August 14th or something like that? Still got some time. Let's refresh it. We want more news. So yes, I will be at practice on Saturday and the following Saturday after that. But as of right now, I don't have any tickets for any other practices. If you guys got extra, you know where to find me. That'd be nice. I would appreciate it because I value going to practice so much, bro. I just feel like, right now we're basing our thoughts of what's going on in practice on other people's eyes, which I appreciate their work, no doubt. But the beautiful element of training camp, in my opinion, is when you get to go there, you get to see things with your own eyes. You get to formulate your own opinions. You get to see things from your perspective because somebody could have saw a play one way, someone could have saw a play another way, add context. So, I don't know. I just really do value going to these practices myself and seeing things unfold in my own way. But that's just me. Let's see what the other beat reporters are saying, if anything. Rich Tremini, K. Klubnik with an open target, deep post to Arian Smith, who was open by a step or two, but he dropped it. First play in team drills, handoff to a $45 million running back. Breece Hall bounces it out to the outside for a nice pickup. Yeah, Rich. He's a $45 million running back, that's for sure. Thanks for adding that context. So now we wait to see more news coming out. All right, so training camp, baby. How does it make you feel, Jets fans? We're also going to be able to tune into Aaron Glenn's live press conference when it's ready to go. Stay tuned for that. Let's go. Football is so back, baby. We're waiting. I think that this is going to be one of those training camps that a lot of Jets fans are going to be on the same wavelength, I'd say, going into like week one, especially if they survive with no serious issues health-wise. Will Parkinson says that Olu Fashanu looks marginally larger, which is nice. Got to see Olu have a big season. He is going to be contract eligible after the season. Here are the wide receivers doing some drills. I think that Olu Fashanu at left tackle, like, he needs to really wake the heck up and become one of those weapons, man. One of those left tackle weapons. Everyone is sleeping on Olu. Dude has potential. I agree. I think Armand Membu coming in kind of like overshadowed him, which is honestly a really good thing. Really great problem to have. Just got 2 first-round picks on both bookend tackles. Like, you don't get better than that. 2 top 10 picks. Or what? Olu was 11, right? Point still stands. Let's go. Mr. Snoopy says, I like you, Richie. You're good at the round table. I love cracking and the Jets because that's a team I hate the most, but your buddy, you probably know, Mr. Beard blocked me. Who's Mr. Beard? I appreciate the love. Yeah, I'm seeing there is a lot of people wanting the roundtable back. I just texted the group chat, AFC East Roundtable, just to make sure, because we were planning on doing it last week, but we couldn't. And now that everything is back in action, we got to bring it back. There's no excuse, right? Football season's back. Football season's back. Come on. Let's go. So I think right now it's a little bit of quiet. Don't really know what's going on over there, but it's all right. All right, let's go through this. Let's go through my man Robbie Sabo. Jets 7-on-7. This is his analysis of it. Geno found Garrett Wilson on the first play. Quick soft spot, maybe 5 yards. Geno unloads a deep one to AD, sideline underthrown, but still a play on the ball. Stevens recovered after AD separation, tugged the hip pretty well. Could have been a DPI, but was not called. Incomplete. It's 6 of Geno is right on the timing and or placement. Okay. Good insight there on that play. Klubnik with the beauty of a deep ball, middle of the field. Arian Smith had the reach up. Would have been a touch catch, but off his hands and incomplete. Space was there. Klubnik read the coverage well. Middle was open. I wouldn't pin that one on Arian's hands, as it was more his lack of instinct route running. Had he read the ball quicker, felt it, he could have adjusted his route to get skinnier, which would have given him 6. 7-on-7 is really hard. It's like fun to evaluate, just like it's just without pass rush and without the trenches going at war. It is difficult, but you do want to see the quarterback find those open spots of the coverage. That's where the quarterbacks can really show off their accuracy, their anticipation, all that fun stuff. Let's go. So thank you to Robbie for that. Let's see what else Robbie posted. In teams, Jawan Briggs snuck into the backfield on one just now. Didn't see who he beat. Kraft pass rush move, though, but the quickness of the concept did not allow him to get home. Klubnik unloaded it. Isaiah Davis rush, imagine more in the east-west mold, positive yardage, but Sadiq gets called for the hold on the play. All right. POA side. Unfortunate because he didn't need to do it. The Jets blocking was right on the play, and Davis's vision helped make it happen. McDonald was the end man he held. There we go, Will. Will McDonald holding off the edge. Interception from Mykal Walker. I think Klubnik unloaded a dangerous one into tight coverage. Needed anticipation, but covered very well. Interception was more of a deflection or bounce up type. Again, I think as a lot of traffic was in the way. Robbie Sabo, look at that. In detail. Shout out to David Bailey. Again, backside edge defender stayed true to his reads and remained home. The fact he did that then gave him a shot to use his quickness against Geno, who was looking for space on the junk misdirect offensive call. David Bailey making some plays on day one. That's what we like to see. Here's Garrett Wilson and Frank Reich discussing what needs to happen. I hope they're on the same page this year. I hope that Frank Reich's got a really big plan for our guy, Garrett Wilson. Please. Please, please, please. Rich hasn't really posted much. All right, so now Will Parkinson says Jets rookies have been very noticeable early on day one of camp. Bailey with a nice pressure to force it in completion and stop in the run game. Cooper has been utilized in the pass and the run game. I love that they're utilizing him in the run game, by the way. Sadiq has been targeted a few times as well. Great to see that. What is our main man, Aaron Glenn, going to say after this practice wraps up? Because I'll be tuning in, as we all should be. Jay Collins in the chat. I hit the like button, my guy. Appreciate you, bro. I like Inez Cooper. He's a mauler. Yeah. Inez Cooper is a rookie to watch. Maybe he could be a future starter. That'll be big. Folks, if you are considering going to a Jets game this year, or maybe you already plan on going to week 1 against Tennessee, and you're going to the home opener against the Packers, well, don't be shy to also come to Jets Media Day, which is week 5 this year against the Browns. It's going to be freaking epic. If you don't know what you expect at the event, this is what you can expect. This is the biggest Jets Media Day event we've ever done, and you do not want to miss it. Join us week 5 as the New York Jets host the Cleveland Browns at MetLife Stadium for our 5th annual event. And this year, we're taking things to another level. Your ticket includes an elite field level seat in section 131, the best seats we've ever had in Jets Media Day history. Your ticket also comes with an all-inclusive tailgate party with the game day flight crew, featuring food, drinks, a live DJ, and a great party atmosphere that will get you ready for kickoff. I'll also be live hosting the Jets Media pregame show, so you'll have a front row experience watching the podcast, meeting fellow fans, and being part of the show. And then when the game is over, we will get an exclusive post-game access to the MetLife Stadium's field, an unforgettable opportunity to walk the same field as your New York Jets. Whether you've been to every single Jets Media Day or this is going to be your first one, this is the biggest event we've ever put together. Tickets are limited, but they are available now, so don't wait. Join us for the 5th annual Jets Media Day event, and let's create another unforgettable day together. Any questions, email me at jetsmediaevents@gmail.com. See you all October 11th. And as always, Jets, 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 Jets. Yeah, baby, get your tickets. It's going to be epic. It's going to be epic, man. Let's go. All right. So appreciate you guys. Anybody see the Odyssey? We're not going to go there. But even though I want to, I will low-key want to make another YouTube video of my reaction to a movie because I am a movie buff. As we wait to see what else is going on at practice, don't worry, we're not going to go there. I think practice is going to be closing up soon, I think. It's been pretty quiet from the Jets beat reporters, so we are waiting to see. So far, my takeaway of practice by not being there, just by taking on what's happening via the Jets beat reporters, is it's a light day. They are starting to get into a rhythm. David Bailey had a pressure. Kate Klubnik with some good passes, but Aaron Smith not looking too particularly good catching the ball. I think that this is going to be one of those training camps that's going to be a geared up approach where it's going to get ugly early and hopefully cleaned up by the end. because I think there's a lot of intriguing elements to what we're going to see at practice. Like, right, we could just watch a video of Cade Klubnik throw the ball to nobody and be relatively excited about it. But just because football's back, like that in itself is exciting. On the other hand, we're waiting for what's going on. We're blind over here. While we're waiting, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button, folks. Let's get this to over 100 likes. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're close to 33K subs as a new season is upon us, baby. Can you believe it? This is a long offseason, man. Probably the longest ever.
This is the biggest Jets Media Day event we've ever done, and you do not...
Sorry about that. Probably the longest ever. And we are ready to go. With Geno Smith being our guy. Geno! Take us home. I like that Geno Smith held himself accountable in his press conference yesterday. Opened up his press conference with that, which I think is a positive. You want to see our new quarterback being accountable to his mistakes, which was a distraction and was kind of frustrating to see. Felt like every other day there was a Geno Smith headline, which is not particularly good. Here is Geno Smith's expectations for this upcoming season.
I have high expectations for the team. I believe we have not only the right guys in the locker room, but, you know, in the coaching staff and the front office. And, you know, there's a lot of things to be positive about, you know, as a Jet fan and as a player and as a part of the organization. I expect us to go out there every single day, be who we are, which is a team full of, you know, hard-working men, guys who love the game, and a lot of talent on this team as well. So I look forward to building with these guys. I look forward to being a part of this team and seeing where we could take it. I have high expectations for the team.
Seeing where we could take it, man. I mean, as he should have high expectations. If he doesn't, I'd be a little concerned. But he's very excited, as you could see by this clip.
You know, it's the same for me. Every single day, it still feels like my first year. Just that passion that I have for the game, the love I have for the game. I was telling guys, man, I'm so excited just to get back to practice and, you know, to move forward and to push towards, you know, the season, because it's, like I said, such a blessing. And I'm so excited, man. I can't describe how excited I am just to be a part of this team and to go out there with the great, you know, players that we have on this team, to be coached by the great coaches that we have, and just be where my feet are. You know, it's the same for me.
He's excited, man. Are you guys excited too? Are you as excited as Geno or not? It's going to be pretty epic, man. It's going to be epic. Let's see what else is going on at practice. I think it is coming to an end, so we can kind of recap everything. Aaron Glenn is about to speak with the media shortly. So we can take a listen into what Aaron Glenn has to say together. So-so day for the quarterbacks. Geno was 3 for 6 and 11 on 11. Best throw was play action to A.D. Mitchell. Plenty of zip, well-timed on an in-cut. Worst throw came on 7 on 7. An underthrown deep ball to Mitchell, broken up by Stevens. Rookie Cade Klubnik was 2 for 4 and 11 on 11. Last throw was picked off by Walker. Yes, an interception. The pass was tipped by wide receiver Malik McClain. As I've said, Klubnik will get a chance to win the number 2 quarterback job. Remember, this is ramp-up period. No pads. Important to note there. And cue the overreactions in the chat to practice already. Geno wasn't perfect. Cade Klubnik threw a pick. Jets are winning a game this year. Cue the overreactions. It's like clockwork. Oh boy, this is going to be fun. Let's see what else they are saying about practice. By the way, Boomer Esiason on Boomer and Gio yesterday, I think this is important as we wait to hear from Aaron Glenn. He had a lot of positive things to say about Cade Klubnik, and he's very plugged into Frank Reich. He's a good friend of Frank Reich's, so they are obviously talking, and he knows how much the Jets love Frank Reich. Take a listen to what Boomer Esiason had to say about Cade Klubnik.
They also have Cade Klubnik, who got most of, if not all of, I think the second or third string reps during OTAs. Like, they were trying to get him up to speed. And, you know, when OTAs finally finished, it sounded like he had picked up a lot of the stuff and started looking a little bit more comfortable and prepared. So I would think that he has a good shot at being the number 2 quarterback going.
Good morning. It's good to see everybody.
That's interesting. Well, obviously, a lot of it's going to depend on how he performs now in training camp and, of course, preseason games.
So a lot of positive things about Cade Klubnik. But before we go deeper into that, Aaron Glenn is at the podium. We got to take a listen.
Obviously, coming back for training camp is always exciting. Coaches excited, players excited, organization excited. And what we want to do, we just want to build off the momentum that we actually had in OTAs going into training camp. So no slogans, no hype speeches. Want to set the tone with the players yesterday. And, man, we're ready to improve. And that's what we're trying to do. So we can come to the injuries. Mozzie, he had a hamstring today. I'll check on that, this afternoon and see where that's going. Pond strained a calf. Don't think too much into that. I think he'll be just fine. PUP Osai, he'll be fine. I think he'll be back very soon. And T-Sweat NFI, all right, he'll be fine too. Had a hamstring in the offseason, but we're going to make sure we monitor that very well and make sure he's fine. So that's what happens when it comes to the injuries. Other than that, man, again, exciting times, all right, for everybody. And we're just ready to put the work in. Keep our heads down and just put the work in. Any questions?
So how are you feeling going into your second training camp with everything?
I feel good. I really do. There was a number of things this offseason that now I told you guys this doing OTAs that I want to improve on. And plus, not just improve. I thought some things that we did last year were good. I think we all need to improve when it comes to the processes that we had. But you start to learn different things going through your second year. And to me, that's the most exciting thing that I'm thinking of right now. Is just some of the things that I want to implement with the team, some of the messaging I want to continue to implement, and just knowing that, man, if we can just keep that consistent, man, improvement comes behind that. So I'm looking forward to how guys react from this day forward going into training camp.
Does it feel different for you coming into your second year doing this? Obviously, you went in last year a little bit blind. I mean, you knew somewhat.
I think for any head coach, going from year 1 to year 2, you see things, I don't want to say totally different, but, man, there are some blind spots that you probably didn't expect. And that's with every coach. And every first-time head coach has told me that. And it allows you to go into this year, man, being able to attack those things the right way. So I look forward to being able to do that. And then going to your second year, like the process or your processing is a little bit different because now the relationships that you have a lot of dialogue with, especially me and Mooj. Same with the players, being able to bring other players in that you know that fits what you're trying to do. So anytime going from year 1 to year 2, man, it feels exciting.
What would you say are some of those blind spots? Just a couple of maybe general things. Because
Yeah.
obviously you came in here. Obviously, speaking of Bill, you got a lot of you coached under Campbell and all that stuff. So you got a lot of ideas coming in.
Yeah, and listen, I'm not trying to be a butthole, when I give you this answer, but a lot of that, man, I really want to keep to myself. I don't think it's fair to myself or the team to be able to articulate all those things to everybody and give everybody all the answers to which I think is the test, for me to improve.
Aaron, obviously some things happened with Gino in the offseason, and he came up here yesterday and he addressed it, and he said he'd talk to you guys too. What were those conversations like? What did you tell him?
Well, I think he did a really good job of the awareness part of it, of first understanding that, man, we built a lot of momentum in OTAs and coming out of OTAs. And, man, the distraction happened. And I know he hated that he was a part of that. But the thing about it, it's behind him. is behind him, and we all moving forward. He talked to me. He talked to some of his teammates. Man, we're with him 100%, and man, we're moving forward.
How do you go about building competitive stamina throughout camp?
It's a really good question, because in camp, I would say the first period, man, it's always competitive, always. Then as camp goes, or as the day goes, man, guys get tired. And that's when you want to see how guys are competing. And that's when I call them head coach call-it periods, to where, man, I'm going to throw some out there for myself, and I'm going to throw some out there for Frank so the guys can compete. And that's how you build competitive stamina. The guys continue to compete time after time. At the end of the day, man, how we operate, right? And I want our players to operate that way, and that's how we want to build competitive stamina.
This being your second camp, how might the messaging to the players, how might it be different than it was last year, and in what ways might this camp be different than last year?
Well, again, I'm going to keep that to myself when it comes to the messaging, but I will tell you this, the messaging will be consistent. And I want the focus to be narrow for our players. And I think if we do that, right, it allows for everybody to improve.
What are the challenges? You've got two new coordinators, obviously, and most particularly Frank. What do you feel like he brings to you?
Yeah.
And how critical?
Well, I've been knowing Frank for a long time. Obviously, we know he was my teammate. And throughout my coaching career, we've always kept in touch. And I think the beauty of those relationships is you get a chance to know exactly how he operates when it comes to his philosophy, when it comes to offense. And then you try to see, man, does it match what I think? All right. And for the most part, man, it's right on point. It is right on point. And you see exactly how he did when he was in Indy, as far as running the ball, as far as the explosive plays, things like that. So, man, our philosophies really match when it comes to that. Defensively, man, we all know that Duke was with me for, 3-4 years in Detroit. So he knows his defense like the back of his hand. When I have to step out and do other duties, man, he could easily step in and explain exactly what we're trying to do. So that's a comfort for me. That's a real comfort for me. But it's really exciting for me to be able to install a defense that I know like the back of my hand. A lot of what we're doing is things that I actually want to do as far as coming from New Orleans into Detroit. So if there's an issue, I can quickly fix it. And that feels exciting to me. So knowing Frank, knowing what he brings to the table, knowing what Duke brings to the table, and me being able to call defense and fix issues that we have, man, I look forward to that. I really do.
Yeah, Sadiq was obviously back out there today. How good was it to get him out there? And what excites you most about getting a chance to use a guy with that kind of skill set?
Yeah, obviously he's man, he's big. He's 250 pounds, and we know he runs a 4.3. He has really good hands. To be able to utilize him in a number of different ways, and again, I don't want to sit there and talk about how we're going to use him. It's really exciting. I mean, to match him up with the other tight ends that we have, and I think that room is it's really improving. I really do. It's good to have him out there. We're going to take it slow with him to make sure he can catch up on everything he needs to catch up with. But he's going to be a huge weapon for us, and I'm looking forward to how we're going to utilize him.
A lot of things have changed. Quarterbacks, coaches, we went through a bunch of them, personnel. The objectives and the goals, where are they right now?
Say that one more time.
The objectives and the goals for this team in year two.
And I'm going to continue to be consistent with what I just told everybody else. It's not fair to myself. It's not fair to the players to really give you my message into the players, what our goals are. But I would say this: everybody's goals to win. Everybody's goals to do that. Everybody goes to be competitive. Everybody goes to improve, right? And I will tell you that. But when it comes to the specifics of what I told our guys, I'm gonna keep that between me and the players.
What are your expectations for Garrett as he enters his 5th season?
Well, Garrett's feeling good, and he looks good. And me and Garrett had a number of conversations in the offseason. And I would say this: he's chomping at the bit. Especially with the type of offense that we have, and especially the way that Frank's going to utilize all those guys. And I know you guys heard Frank talk about this. I know you heard the players talk about this, about how the players are able to use their instincts but be disciplined while they're using it. And I think that fits exactly what Garrett can do well. So I'm looking forward to him doing that.
In terms of analytics, this offseason, it felt like there was something that was talked about in AI and incorporate stuff like that. How did you guys feel like through the offseason of player personnel, better market draft, and then into in-game stuff? How do you feel like you incorporate the analytics and the AI side of things?
I'm glad you asked that question because that was this offseason for me, doing my study and doing my research. So I have my own way that I study this game. And to be able to back that up, I go to our analytics department. And when I give them, I don't give them my answers, but I give them like a problem that I want them to take a look at. And I try to see if that matches up. And for the most part, that helps me with my research. And I make sure I question them on how they look at things, and I make sure they question me on how I look at things. And we try to come together for an answer. So, man, that was huge for me this offseason as far as the research on, man, what are the predictors of winning this league? Like, what is that? How does that look? And being able to have an answer for that and being able to articulate that to our players and let that be a focus. Let that be a focus. So, again, I will keep really the messaging to between me and my players, but and that was huge for me this offseason to be able to do that.
A couple more with regard to, I mean, you spoke to us earlier in the year about calling plays and getting into that.
Yeah.
It's your superpower. I think you were using those words. What are the things that energize you most about getting back into doing that?
When there's an issue on defense, I can quickly fix it because I know the defense like the back of my hand, and that feels really, really good. That feels really good. And to be able to coach everybody from D-line, linebackers, DBs, to be able to be really specific, and this is what I'm looking for and this is how I want to go. And then the players responding to that and knowing exactly what that is. That feels really good to be able to do that. I've said this before, I miss doing that. And to be able to make the decision to say, listen, AG, you go out there and call it. It felt good today in practice. It felt really good today in practice. So I'm looking forward to the go forward. I'm looking forward to our players improving too. And I'm just talking about in general, offense, defense, and special teams. Again, everybody is excited. Competing and improving is where we're at right now.
Aaron, I think Larry's guy, I don't think we talked about him in the spring at all. What was it about him that you felt would be a good fit for your defense? What do you think he can bring to your defense?
Yeah, I think if you look over my career from New Orleans, even Detroit, if you look at the ends that I've had, most of those guys were big men, athletic, that has rush ability, man can really set an edge. So going through free agency and looking at the players that I want to fit what I was trying to do, it was easy for me to recognize who that player was. I knew him coming out of college, I think South Carolina. I was with him in the Senior Bowl, actually, and, man, he impressed me at the Senior Bowl coming out. Man, I was shocked that he went in the 5th round, right, to Green Bay, and to be able to bring him here now, knowing everything I knew about him, man, I feel really good about that pick. I feel really good about getting him in free agency. So he fits everything that I want to do on defense. So I'm looking forward to him improving what he's doing too.
All right, that's head coach Aaron Glenn speaking to the media after day one of training camp. My overall reaction to that is, I mean, he unpacked a lot. He's keeping the messaging to the players close to the vest. He's not going to really open up about those type of messaging things yet, which I like. He probably will never, by the way. I also like the approach that he has with Garrett Wilson, that him and Frank Reich want to make sure their players are staying true to their talents, but staying disciplined. And I think that's important to allow guys like Garrett Wilson to unlock his full potential. I think that the analytics question by Willa Parkinson was very eye-opening. I think that the research that he is doing, comparing it to what the analytics department is bringing up and solving the problems. I also like hearing Aaron Glenn say that he knows the defense like the back of his hand, and he thinks it's exciting that he can identify a problem and solve it immediately now that he is officially calling the plays on defense. So a lot of good stuff there from Aaron Glenn. Training camp, day number 1 is officially wrapped. Wild stuff. Wild stuff. So let me know your thoughts in the comments about day 1 of practice. I think that there's a lot of things that happened throughout today's practice that we are going to be breaking down. I'll probably be uploading a video later today that's kind of going deeper into everything we saw at practice, more in detail, more in depth, so you guys can get a better understanding of all things we just saw at practice today. I'm excited. I think that there's a lot of storylines we're going to keep tabs on. And yeah, I really do believe that. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, folks. Cannot thank you guys enough for tuning into this edition of Jets Media Live, presented by Prize Picks. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. I'm out of here, folks. Enjoy, and I'll see you in the video we upload later today that breaks down day 1 of training camp. And then day 2 of training camp is tomorrow, and then I'll be at practice Saturday. A lot of fun things happening here on Jets Media as training camp is officially back.